الصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. We know the power of the word and how painful the bad word is to the person. The damages of the bad word exceed the pain that the person receives when someone says something or comments on something negative about the person. When someone says something, anger steps in, therefore you need to deal with that. Feelings are hurt, therefore you have to deal with that. Rights are violated, then you have to deal with that. So it's not just the word that came, it's also how to deal with all of those things and add to that the diseases that results from that bad word in the heart, like envy, anger, spitefulness, hatred, malice, all of those things that comes in the heart because of that word. We know Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, وَلَمَنْ صَبَرَ وَغَفَرَ إِنَّ ذَلِكَ لَمِنْ عَزْمِ الْأُمُورِ. Patience or forbearance, hilm, we're commanded to do that. So we dealt with that. Someone said something bad, I'm not going to react because I'm commanded to be patient. غَفَرَ means forgave. So I gave up the rights that I have against that person. So I dealt with two. Now I have to deal with my feelings, how I feel, and I have to deal with the heart. What is the effect of that word on my heart? We read the Quran, but our problem is either we read it and don't understand it, or we read it and understand it, but we don't really think about it or reflect about it in a way that we need to implement it. So I may know the ayah and the meaning of the ayah, but I don't implement it because I'm not really thinking deep about it. It's just I'm reading Quran, or I'm just used to reading this, but I never really think about it. Reflect on the saying of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end of Surah Al-Hijr, وَلَقَدْ نَعْلَمُ أَنَّكَ يَضِيقُ صَدْرُكَ بِمَا يَقُولُونَ. We already know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we know that your chest becomes tightened, narrowed, you get angered, you get bothered with what they say. So that's feelings. I know your feelings when they refuse to accept the message, or when they call you a liar, or when they do all of those things. We know how you feel. So here is a solution. فَسَبِّحْ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ حِينَ تَقُومُ. Then say Subhanallah. Praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have the bad feeling. I controlled it. I controlled the words. I did not react. But dealing with my feelings, sabbih. Look at the end of Surah Taha. فاصبر لحكم ربك. What's the ayah? لا إله. And the end of Surah Qaf also. فاصبر على ما يقولون وسبح بحمد ربك قبل طلوع الشمس وقبل غروبها. فاصبر على ما يقولون. Be patient on what they're saying, then وسبح. فاصبر, the end of Surah Qaf. فاصبر على ما يقولون وسبح بحمد ربك حين تقوم. We know what they're saying. Be patient on what they say. Immediately comes after that what? Sabbih. So the solution, when you hear something bad or someone comments something bad that you already patient on, you already forgiven the person, to save yourself from the diseases of the heart, from having a grudge against the person, from hurting your feeling, tasbeeh. Tasbeeh. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is directing Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam what to do to relieve himself. Okay, I dealt with the person, now I have to deal with my feelings and my emotions and what's my plan for the future? Sabbih. Can you imagine if you have something, like someone said something, and if you just sit and you say Subhanallah, 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 bihamdi, Subhanallah, bihamdi, Subhanallah, bihamdi, it's going to solve your problem, and you're not going to feel bad, and you're not going to build the diseases inside your heart. In 3 ayat, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, we know what they're saying to you. And what were they saying to him? Anything good? It's everything bad. Every lie in the book, they called him that. So, okay, you know what they're saying to me. Help me. Sabbih. See, brothers, when you read the Quran and you reflect on that's why every time you read an ayah, you get a new meaning and a new understanding and all that, because this Quran, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, huda lil muttaqin, guidance, shifa, healing. It heals you from regular diseases. It heals you from the diseases of the heart. It heals you from the pain. It heals you from the suffering. You may still have physical pain, but deep inside you're content. You're not complaining about it. You're not worried about it. It's not occupying your time. That's what the Quran does. That's what your connection with the Quran does, and that's what you need to have a relationship with the Quran all the time. It's not how much you read. It's how much you understand and how much you apply. One ayah, if you reflect on it and understand it and apply it, it's a lot better than reading the whole Quran without reflection. And as we mentioned before, when one righteous scholar was asked, how much should I read Quran? What was the answer? As much as you want to be happy. As much as you want to be happy. Because Quran brings you happiness. When you read it, you feel good. The more you want to feel good, keep reading, because you keep connecting with the one who provides the happiness, the one who removes the pain and the suffering, the one who heals. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. When you're sick, it's not the Tylenol that really cure you. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but He told you to take the means so you can be cured. And one of the greatest means of cure is the Quran itself. Reading it, understanding it, applying it, calling for it. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from the people of the Quran. Jazakumullahu khairan. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك.